Type. It's a tutorial, if you know what I mean. I mean, if you know, you know. If you know, you know.
What I be doing then?
What I be doing then?
Oh my goodness.
They say I don't be dropping my razor in my client's face. What I be doing then?
Chill out, bro.
Oh, my bad.
So what you like to do, bro? You the white Ninja Turtle, bro.
Type. I know it was.
What you want to do with your hair, bro? Come on, bro. You the last one of the day.
Said chopping it off.
What you want to do with this?
Chopping it off.
You want to do a 5, a 6, a 8, a taper, a fade, a bald? Which one, bro? You got options.
Let's start with the 6.
You want to do a 6 or you want to do an 8 first?
Nah, let's go with a 6.
Run a 6. I think a 6 would be cool. And what, you want to do a taper? Well, mid taper, low taper, high taper?
Mid.
In the back too?
Yeah.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Hey yo, but today we got my boy Juan in the chair. Now Juan is one of the barbers at the shop. I gotta say, man, Juan is that guy. He is always in a positive mood, always upbeat. So super blessed to have him on the team. We've been doing great things, and I'm excited to see where this is gonna go. But Juan actually was my client. I would say this is my first time cutting his hair in about 2 years. And he wasn't even a barber when I was cutting his hair. He was working at Finish Line as a manager. And I stopped seeing him for a while. And lo and behold, he became a barber. And when I seen that, I knew when I got a shop, I would love to have him because I was able to get to know him while cutting his hair because he was coming every single week, staying clean. So now to see him as a barber in the shop and work alongside him, man, been super grateful, super blessed. But as you can see, my man wanted to cut his hair off. He used to have a man bun when I was cutting his hair. Then he had cut it off and did like a mullet. And now he wants to grow it all back out to how it used to be. So we're going to do a big chop. But with big chops, I always like to chop the hair down and then wash it. What washing is going to do is just relax the hair and get it to lay down. Since it's been curled and kind of spiked up for such a long time, this is going to allow the hair to just lay straight forward. And now once it's all blow dried and laid down, I'm gonna go through it with the 6 once again just to make sure that it's all truly even. So as you can see, I'm combing the hair down with each pass of the clipper just to ensure, like I said, we don't have any hairs that are longer than others. And now we're gonna get into the taper. So as you heard, we're gonna be doing a mid taper. And I think mid tapers, high tapers are my favorite to do. I'm not really a fan of low tapers because I feel like it's a haircut that won't last. So I always suggest getting a mid, and I started at the end of the eyebrow and where the ear connects to the head. And now I'm just shaving down that area. And now what I'm gonna do is come in, clipper closed, go up slightly, pushing that line up. Then I'll go a quarter of the way, going up a little higher, and then I'll go halfway. And then after halfway, I'm gonna go all the way. And this is a different kind of way of doing it. I know usually I do bald, then lever open, then get rid of the line. But kind of inching up little by little with the notches of the lever till I'm all the way open. I feel like it came out clean this time. I like to switch it up here and there. I don't think either one of them is wrong. But I was able to get rid of the line as I move up in the taper. That's just a different way to attack a taper. So now I'm coming in with the one guard. As you can see, I went in closed and then opened it up. And I feel like the line in between isn't as noticeable when I do that. Now to be fair, it is easier when it's a taper and not a fade to do close, quarter, open, all the way open, because it's such a smaller area. While we're just working our way up into this taper, blending into the 6 on the sides. And And I believe here this is my 3 guard with the lever open, and I'm working my way up into this taper, being sure that when I'm coming in, I'm scooping out. I don't want to create a super harsh line to get rid of, so I'm just coming off the shape of his head. And now we grabbed our 4 guard here, and we're almost at the top of the taper. Very simple, very easy, just following that system of cutting and applying it. Every haircut, every different hair texture. And now we're dropping back down, trying to get it as blended as we can. And now we're going to get into the other side. So we're going to start off at the end of the eyebrow and where the ear connects to the head. And we'll shave that down with our trimmer. Super simple, super easy. But man, y'all, I'm excited. 2 weeks away is the Barber Plug experience, where I'll be hosting the education seminars early morning. This will be my first time hosting and not teaching, so I'm super excited. Again, that is in 2 weeks in Dallas, Texas, January 12th, if you want to pull up. But this year, man, I have a lot of stuff going on. February 16th, I'll be heading down to Florida for EWP, Education with Purpose, with OP45. I'll be teaching alongside another educator, which will be super dope. And then March 16th, I'll be in Kentucky with Sean Cutter at his first Clutch Barber Expo as an educator as well. And in Cleveland, March 30th, I'll be teaching a class in my hometown, which is going to be dope because I get to teach in the community I grew up in. But there's a few opportunities for y'all to come out, show some love, meet me in person, and come get some gems, some games. So if you want to pull up, again, those are the dates. I put them down in the link in the description. A lot going on to hit the first 4 months of the year. And at the end of January, my own personal trip is your boy is finally getting his hair transplant. Now, a lot of you guys have been following the hair journey, right? I cut off my hair like bald probably like 4 to 5 months ago. Tried it out for a few weeks. I didn't like it. So I went and got my hairline tattooed. If you watched that video, you already know it came out clean. You already peeped it at the beginning of this video, and at the end you'll see it as well. But the thing with the tattoo is I have to keep my hair at the length to match, you know, where I got my hairline tattooed at, so it doesn't look like a super distinct difference. But with the hair transplant, I'm transplanting hair that will actually grow, which is gonna be crazy, and I'm gonna document the entire process. I'll be going to Turkey for that. I leave on January 29th, and I'll be out there for 5 days, y'all. 5 days of travel on my own internationally. I've never done it before, but we're gonna get my hair back. We're gonna get my hairline back. We're gonna get a nice fade on the side back, and it's gonna be crazy. So look out the end of this month, really less than 30 days by the time this video comes out, your boy will be getting his hairline back, y'all. Stop playing. And now we're gonna begin the neck taper. Now with the neck taper, again, he had all the curls in the back, so I'm gonna debulk this area with the tube before beginning my guidelines for this back taper. And I don't know about y'all, I know when I have a lot of hair on the back of my neck and I lay down, it tends to get like really itchy. So for me, doing this taper was satisfying because I know having all that hair you know, in the back of the head, it gets annoying. So I finally got to give him a nice taper, and you're gonna see the process. So we broaden out the bottom a little below the bottom of the ear, and we're going straight across, allowing the weight of the trimmer to do the work because you don't want to cause any irritation or anything like that. And I will use our shaver. But as you can see, we got the shop in the background, man. It's been going well. It's been doing super good. We've had 5 barbers, but beginning January, I'm sitting down with more barbers to add to the team and start filling up this shop. I really wanted to allow the barbers that joined early to reap the benefits of the holidays as they build their books. But now it's time to add to the team and really push the promotion to a whole nother level, man. The shop has been growing. The holidays have obviously helped, but it's been a blessing and a learning experience that I've been grateful for. I think I've been blessed with a great team. As I introduced Juan here, I knew him. The barber right next to me that you see, Zay, who's cutting the hair, I knew him as well already. And then Dre I knew from Barber School, which is the one getting the haircut back there. And then Jenier that you see in the background of this video, I met a little before opening the shop as well. So I got to start with people who I met and kind of seen their personalities, and have been blessed to have people that I can trust. I know a lot of people aren't blessed with that at first, but I was, and I definitely don't take it for granted. But I'm being sure that the next people I bring on board would fit the culture well. It's really important to have people that don't all think the same, right? But have a level of professionalism, of respect, and the ability to communicate and get along with other people. That is really the biggest thing that I look for when I'm hiring barbers. I don't even really ask to see their haircuts, right? I want you to be decent enough. I want you to be, good, but you don't have to be perfect. They don't have to be Instagram quality haircuts, because you can always teach somebody how to cut hair, but you can't teach somebody how to be a good person. And the reason I don't want everybody to be brand new in the shop is because I don't have time to teach everybody how to cut hair, because I do have, my full schedule as well, at least at this current moment. So I like to hire people that are good enough to handle on their own, and then we just sharpen it. We get better and better, as time goes on. So I'm super excited to fill these last 5 chairs and build this 10 barbershop team, man. The first location of Clipperhands Barbershop. I will say, I am grateful I went on my own for 4 years in the studio, because when I came back into the barbershop, it allowed me to really appreciate it for what it was. I think when I first started cutting hair and I got my license and I joined the shop, I took it for granted. I was freshly 18 years old, really just getting into the game. I'd only been cutting out the basement, and I was quiet. I didn't really talk to nobody at the shop. I was very timid, and I took it for granted. I really did. And I think the time spent at my studio was worth it, because there was a lot of growth there. I really started to build my platform and build confidence while I was there. I will say that. But coming into the barbershop, man, the feeling that you get when everybody's cutting, you got a few people waiting, the music is good, the lighting is good. Man, it's really like an electric feeling that I feel like you can't get anywhere else. And then once you start telling jokes, right, you got a client you can vibe with, bro, it's just an amazing feeling that I hope every barber gets to feel in the career. So I definitely appreciate the barbershop. It probably helps a little bit because it's my own barbershop, right? But if you're a new barber and you're just getting your license, try to join a shop that has a good culture, that has a good reputation, where barbers don't hate on each other and they all want to grow, right? Because the last thing you want to do is join a shop where people are complacent, or it's just negative energy, right? Because you have to understand as well, one thing I've been learning is not everybody has the same goals as you. Some people aspire to be a shop owner and grow and build a platform, and some people are okay with coming into the shop, making their money, and going home. And neither one of those goals are wrong. So I don't want everybody at the shop to have the same goals, but I want everybody at the shop to work together. It essentially is what I'm saying. So when you're looking for a shop, vet out the reputation, try to talk to the other barbers, see what their experience is like, try to make a decision from there. The shop you are in, the ship you are in is very, very important. And now we're just lining up the neck taper. As you can see, man, that neck taper came out super crazy. I think the 6 was a really good length, potentially a little longer, might have looked better like an 8, but I think the 6 looks good, especially once it's styled and kind of fluffed out and not just combed down. And this is going to be the beginning of his grow out, and the reason we went with a lower taper and not a high taper, because I really think high taper would have looked better on this specific haircut. But when you're growing out your hair, you want to have as much hair as possible growing, because if you cut off too much and you consistently, keep a high taper throughout the entire grow out process, and you finally at the point where you could tie it up and section it off to get that undercut, you want to have the option to keep the undercut low, keep it high. But if you do a high taper, you're kind of stuck with high because all that hair you just kept cutting off. So that's the reason we went with the mid taper, is because we want to keep as much hair, on his head as possible. And then when it's time to tie it up and it's at a length where You know, you can section it off and everything. Then you can dictate where your undercut will be. But you just want to give yourself that room. But we started off in the middle lineup. And now we're going to go to his left, going straight across. And this thing is coming together. Comment down below if you think my boy Juan should grow out his beard. My man be shaving his face every week, few times a week. But I think it's time for my man to grow up a little bit and grow out his beard. So comment down below if you think the same. And maybe we'll get him to grow it out. And after we line it up naturally, we are going to add some enhancement. I'm using my Sean Hair clutch enhancement card. And then I'm using Tune 45 airbrush color in my airbrush. And we're just spraying it on the lineup and darkening it up as needed. And then we did it in the front as well. I just didn't get that part recorded. And now I'm coming in with my razor to sharpen everything up. Now, one thing I will say about the Tune 45 color enhancement is I love how dry it looks. I feel like when I use other enhancements, it has a really like shiny wet look. So I like that it looks a little more dry and natural and not as shiny. But as you can see, that taper with the lineup is smacking right now. My man is looking completely different. And I think we're starting off on a good foundation to grow out his hair. And now what I'm doing is wetting the hair, and I'm just applying some like texturizing clay just to give it some movement, kind of fluff it up a little bit so it's not so flat. And now we're gonna show him the mirror, see what he's feeling like. And I'm already knowing my guy's feeling it, as you can see. Definitely takes some getting used to after having, you know, long curls. But fam, this is the cut, the nice taper. But if you enjoyed this tutorial, hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch y'all next time.
Hey, can I help you? Just like I helped Chris go from, nah bro, I'm good, to getting texts like, hey man, when can you get me in? In Dreclipperhands Academy, I help barbers go from no to pro. Because it's a lot funner to cut hair when you feel like you're good at what you do. So how do I help you? In Dreclipperhands Academy, I give you the exact systems and processes that I use as a barber of 9 years to give out those Instagram quality haircuts in an efficient manner so you can make the most amount of money. I mean, look at these results. Aiden started off doing chili bow haircuts, ended off giving blurries in just 19 days. And that's my goal, to help you get from where you are now to where you want to be, so that way barbering can give you the lifestyle that you want. But results speak louder than words, so let's get you cutting at that next level and join me in the community. I hope to see you there.